Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? It's Papa Bale, and welcome to the channel. That's Bale, B-A-L-E. Thank you. All right, so I've spun this. This is all south-facing magnets now. I've spun it clockwise. So it's south-facing left, north-facing right, south-facing left, north-facing right. Kind of like a little Halbach array with just two magnets. And that's basically what we have here. So how the magnets interact on a per magnet basis. Here, let's spin it the wrong way real quick. Counterclockwise. All right, you can see the slowing down happens a lot at each magnet. And with it being a 4 magnet or 90 degrees, 4 magnets on the rotor, equally spaced. When you cross over one hump, you're actually doing two at the same time, which is pretty freaking cool. And it will apply, the same amount of force. There's just a... All right, so that is just the wrong way spinning it. This is it's south and north is facing that way. Wait a minute, is that right? South is facing this way. So this is repelling. This motion is repulsion. See, now it's kicking in. So I'm going to spin it clockwise now. It's a much smoother motion. And you've got north facing this way, so it's attracting the south. And the south on this side repelling it. So that's a natural motion that's occurring right there on both sides. Very powerful magnets. And each magnet there is now causing more friction than there was there before. So before we had this magnet, this washer magnet, sideways like this on the stator, doing the same thing these big ones are doing right now. But we just had that one. We just had this, and that's all there was. And it moved because there wasn't any friction. Now it's moving due to the force, a lot more so than previously. But I believe the friction is more than the force, and it'll move ultimately less than it did with the washer magnet. But that's just because of the friction. But I'm not at all sure. I haven't sat here and timed it exactly and all this stuff and did everything I needed to do to figure that out. But you'll see for yourself just watching this video that this is pretty awesome stuff, especially just with the two powerful magnets. And then having the 4 magnets on the rotor instead of the 3 magnets on the rotor, both of these magnets hit at the same time, giving it a much more powerful effect than just one after the other. I think that's really cool. I can't say it enough, man. It's really cool. And I don't know if the magnets weren't there at all, would it have moved? Will it move more? Will it move faster, longer? I mean, all that stuff. But I know that you can put very little force into this, and it'll carry over longer than it would without the magnets being there. But I think the more force you put in, ultimately, it will carry over less. And I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel like if I whipped it and the magnets weren't there, it would go for 10 minutes for sure, without a doubt. It would go for 10 minutes. At least I built stuff like that. The maglev stuff really goes the distance. All right, it looks like we're coming to the end here because it takes a lot to get over the two humps. All right, so we will remove one of these magnets. The only reason you're with me right now is because I didn't want to bring that magnet close to my phone. I did not want to do that. All right, so this is the wrong way. And this is the right way. I can barely tell, but I can tell. I mean, I can barely tell, but I can really, if you pay attention, you can see that there's less resistance on this way than there is in the other way. And that's the ultimate goal to tilting it to the side, is to reduce the resistance that the magnet feels when it crosses over that threshold. It's going to be there, but it's going to be smaller, having it oriented to have the north attract and then the south repel. That having it go counterclockwise is going to be the path of least resistance. And then ultimately what we do is we go back to the washer. But I had to experiment with the force, the power involved with all the magnets. And it works, I think it works well. But, they needed to be realigned anyway. They were close, but they weren't right on the money for 60 degrees. So I'm going to do that a little better than I did before. It probably still won't be perfect, but it'll be better. I mean, if that's what I ultimately want to do, I might just want to do 90 degrees now that it's 4 magnets on the rotor. And have them just hit every time equally. Well, they won't be equal because these magnets are huge and they cost a lot of money. But I got the other 2 square ones that I can put back on here. And they'll hit their way and these will hit their way each time. And I also believe that having a staggered hit pattern for the magnets is probably better than having a straight same hit every freaking interaction, man. It's probably not the best way. I mean, it's the best way to keep track of stuff, but ultimately, is that what you're trying to do? Just keep track of everything? Um, I don't know. I don't know ultimately what the goal is. I think it's really awesome, though. This is really amazing, and it's exactly what I thought would happen with the less friction involved. This is really cool. And then since this is south and this is north, we can just tilt it up like this. See, now it's like right on there. And it won't spin anymore at that velocity. So let's spin it again. Just one more time. And we'll see how far it goes with the magnet more inside the field than before. So basically we've taken the strength of that field and we've heightened it or we doubled its height. I think that's awesome. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to set up we'll call it the bipolar setup. I'll have a magnet here and a magnet over there. But that's really awesome. I think this is phenomenally cool. And Yeah, I would agree that the more magnets you have on the stator, the more momentum you're going to have to put in. I don't mind. I don't mind. And it probably won't go as far, so that kind of defeats the purpose, but it's all a hell of a lot of fun to set it all up. It really is. Except, especially when you have more than one effect that you're desiring and you get some desired effects. That's the best, man. That's not even a eureka moment. That's an aha, I told myself moment, you know? And I think because there's less friction here, this will spin for a really long time. This is the first time I've done this arrangement, so we're all seeing it right now for the first time, and it looks like it's going really, really smoothly. All right, but that's cool. Ladies and gentlemen, peace out. Have a wonderful day. Please subscribe. Bye now.